I actually sat down with my CEO this past week, and he and I actually spoke about that. And he said for a new graduate coming out of school with no business experience, no real world experience, pretty much you're worth what you can negotiate. If you come out of school and you feel that you can negotiate six figures, and you can convince somebody to give you six figures with no experience whatsoever, then obviously you're worth that. But it's a little difficult with no experience, you know, and so it's a situation of when you're coming out with no experience, no background, just a great education from TCU. It's hard to actually obviously negotiate something into that obviously that range. But you need to go in confident. You need to go in feeling what obviously what you're worth. Sometimes you're not going to get that. When I started, I had no clue what I was getting into. I pretty much just, that's what it is. All right, I'll take it. And hopefully in the next few years I can build up, which has been fantastic for me. But you can't really go in with, I don't feel, a high expectation of that type of money or that type of finance coming out with no true actual real world experience. So I would say go in with an open mind, go in with passion, as the ladies and the gentleman earlier spoke about. If it's something you feel you're passionately about, if you can do it, really succeed at, you know that the money will come. As Jason said, if you enjoy what you're doing, the finances will come, the finances take care of you.
I kind of took the tactical approach. My approach when I graduated was to see, look on salary.com and all those different things and kind of price where you think you should be, or see what they're offering so that when you go into it, you're not, oh, okay, whatever you take, I'll take. But also know that you may not get a six-figure job coming out of college. The salary that my career commands now is much different than it was when I first got out of school. But it speaks back to what they're saying. There's time to grow. There's time for you to get out there. But know your value, know what you're worth, know what you need in order to survive. Not to drive a Bentley tomorrow or anything like that, but to afford your car payment, to afford, your rent or your mortgage or what have you, and to have a lifestyle that you can maintain while you're working. But you never really want to go into it thinking that, I graduated from TCU, so y'all got to give me whatever I need. That's never the kind of way to go into it. But take the tactical approach, look and see what they're offering you within your career field for a new graduate. And if it falls within that range, look at negotiating it. Also, you have to look at the insurance and the benefits that they're going to be giving you, because sometimes those are far more important than having a higher salary. Because if you have to pay half of your salary that you're getting to insurance, then it doesn't balance out. So I think there's a panel, or not a panel, but a discussion on benefits later on in the day. Take notes there too, and that'll help you kind of build up where you need to be.
One thing, our job up here is to be encouraging, but also to be real. The fact is, on a lot of these job interviews, you will be one of 60, 70 different people applying for this job. If you think that you're worth more and you decline that offer that they give you, there may be 30 people behind you willing to take it in a heartbeat. So when it comes to negotiating, you've got to have some leverage. In a lot of these interviewing for jobs, there's 40 people that will take that job right behind you, which really minimizes that leverage you have when negotiating your salary. So I'm not saying you can't negotiate, but also keep in mind that there may be somebody that's, you guys are neck and neck, and they're willing to jump in and take, $40,000 off the bat, $35,000 off the bat to gain the experience. So just keep that in mind. You guys are very talented, very smart. But there are a lot of very talented, very smart people also out there that are willing to take what the offer is. So just keep that in mind when going about the negotiating.
You're waiting for a microphone. I would just like to add to highlight your skills. When you're going in to negotiate, make sure that you're selling yourself. Make sure that you're saying, I fit in the position, but I'm also a well-rounded person. I do this, I volunteer, I do this, and this, and this. And highlight reasons why they should pick you over the next person. Because, again, there are 40 people or 50 people vying for the same position.
In the teaching, you're not going to be negotiating.
I know, but not
you're
you're
not
nursing
negotiating. The first year of your experience, there's your salary.
Yeah.
But I would ask, say, if there are any teachers in the crowd, ask if there's an opportunity for you to sponsor a club, or to sponsor cheer, or if you're interested in coaching, you could work with years, because many times positions are tied to, they need a math coach, they need not a math, but they need a math and coach position, or they need a math and cheer position. Because and sometimes they're small stipends, but, you know, if you're young and your car's paid for, and if that's the deal breaker for you getting that job over someone else, that might help too.